The secured overnight financing rate at 3.64% August 26th from 3.66% August 25th. Seeing the EU's 2028 to 2034 budget plan, saying it should be cut by hundreds of billions of euros, according to Germany, Denmark, Netherlands, Austria, Finland and Sweden in a joint statement.
Welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus. Unemployment claims, the market opens, natural gas storage. My name is Lee Goldstein, the Trading Director for 10-Minute Trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. Good morning everyone. We're going to get started right now. I'm assuming you can see the charts. Good morning, Nit. Those Mariners, man. They don't look that good. They don't look that good. All right. We've got, even though they beat us twice, we've got a report this morning. Excuse me. Another one of those. I'll tell you something. This has been a week of pretty poor reports in terms of behavior. We're going through a period where there's a lot of reports that are really not behaving well.
Is going to exceed
Is it
$1.3
the
trillion
war?
by
Is
2027.
it just that we're going through a period where some reports are disappearing?
So the S&P say that their new report examines how hyperscalers are funding rapid AI infrastructure expansion and the implications for credit quality. So again, combined hyperscaler capital expenditure is projected to exceed $1.3 trillion by
but there's no
next
question
year.
we're going
Negative
through a
free operating cash flows expected across the 6 largest hyperscalers in 2026 and 2027.
Now, I will say this, when it comes to Thursday's jobless claims,
are playing an
this
increasingly
report has
important
been
role in
on our
funding
do
AI
not
infrastructure
trade
growth.
list since the beginning of time. And we try over and over and over and over to find a good way to trade it. And just a quick look at the NQ
Pro Trade Room Plus,
or the trade in August. The very beginning of August, we were trading an NQ trap and a gold trap as well. The gold trap, we still have I have a setup, but it doesn't work as well. Now the NQ
all the
trap,
good morning earnings, and
this was
occasionally
in August.
the bad ones.
Let's double check one quick thing if we can tell. In August, this was the first week of August. What I was looking for is the DMM. Let me find it. There it is. All right, so we were similar setup to today. That's what I wanted to check. Little bit bigger though on the tiers. We're smaller on the tiers, and if I remember correctly, this August
Claims,
the
and then
NQ,
continuing
it
is
was 80 and
important also.
100. We're 60 and 80, I believe, today.
I'm on the wrong charts all morning this morning because I'm a dope.
I'm looking for my charts that morning. Too many setups.
I made a gigantic.
So I made some sort of
Did
an
I never
error that
turn
morning.
my trade
So
on?
just looking at the price
guys,
action,
you never corrected me.
it did reverse, but it looks like our tiers were absolutely too small. So you can see there was a move. Not a very big move that particular day. Let's look at one more. July 23rd.
Welcome.
I would think we might have even, let's see what we
So on
were
the Rapid
trading
Response
July
podcast, Fed
23rd.
Scoresby says tariffs and war-related
The reason
price
I'm pulling
increases
up
are a
what
challenge for the
seems to
Fed.
be random dates, it's dates that unemployment pretty much traded alone, okay? Because when one of the issues with this report is it often trades with other reports like U.S. retail news or CPI. We don't want it when it trades with CPI because CPI takes precedence. So this was a similar setup. July 23rd, same setup, 60 and 80. Would have rather, here's the trap,
have
it went
seen a
down
burst
and
up.
filled
Now,
one contract long
if I can
on the
cancel my
NQ.
outer tier and move my
And then
stop
it did
up,
the reversal.
I'm
It was
trailing
an
way
excellent,
up,
excellent
way up.
trap. We'll give this a shot. We'll give it a shot. I'm also going to trade the gold open because I never can stop myself using micro gold. So I'm going to set up the gold open first. Gold open first. Right click a micro gold chart, and you can trade full size gold if you don't mind taking the risk. First things first, I'll put a reverse continue on the chart. You know, you could start your morning putting a reverse continue on the chart before you get to the room. Reverse continue with micro gold. Position 1 is a 2. My target is a 50. My stop is a 50. I'm going to scroll down and label it MGC, reverse continue, and I'm going to trade it. My gold, I'm going to try and build some accounts back up today. We'll trade it in 67, apply it, and then I'll put a gold magnet on. Right now the orders are off. Position 2 is a 2. The stop is 50. Now, tomorrow we have a webinar, and we'll get into that. It's a pre-launch for our challenge next week. If you're new and you never took a challenge, and the challenge is free, it's a tremendous amount of education, starting as if you know nothing about trading with us. So it's a great refresh for regulars, and it's absolutely should be attended by anybody that is new. But we'll go over when it comes to the magnet and all the things we're doing currently, we will be going over virtually everything. Step by step, inch by inch. Slowly I turned, step by step. So just setting up a magnet just to watch signals. Off on magnet trade enabled right now. Position 1 is a 2. My stop is 50, and it's labeled micro gold MGC magnet, and I'm in my same account as my reverse continue. Here's the trade that I'm taking. The gold open is a breakout. I'm clicking News Trader. I'm going to load my template. Gold open. Find it. Gold new open. You know the routine. I'm going to right click it and date it today. Today's the 27th. I cannot believe that the summer's over. Almost over. We're going to trigger this trade at 819.59. 819.59. Right now I'm putting it on 0 because I'll be testing my brackets. The bracket is 20. I'm only trading it as a 2-position event. First target is 12. My second target will be 40. 12 and 40. If it hits my first target and fills it, my target 1 stop move goes to break even, and my stop is going to be 40. Remember, micro gold is $1 a tick. 819.59 is the trigger. Label it whatever you want to call it. GC breakout, GC open. Right now I'm leaving it on sim, applying and okaying it for a minute. Putting the chart on sim. I just want to make sure my bracket is manageable. So I'll turn on my gold open trade with 0 time. So the software thinks time has passed, so it triggers the brackets as soon as there's movement. Now I'll turn it off. I'll right click, go back to strategies, highlight the breakout, put the 0 time back on 8/19/59, and my gold open trade is ready to trade, except to put the account on the account you're trading, apply it, okay it, and put your chart trader on the account you're trading. Turn on the gold open, turn on the gold magnet, turn on the gold reverse continue. All right, I'm ready now to trade gold. On the NQ, I already set up an NQ reversal and an NQ magnet. All right, right click the chart. You can trade MNQ as well for lower risk. NQ magnet.
Germany's Chancellor
Position
Merz says
one's
the
a
current
one. My
proposal for the
orders are
long-term
off.
EU
Enabled
budget
is off.
amount is to increase of up to
Stop is
60%.
50. Label it MNQ. I'm sorry, NQ magnet. Choose the account you're trading. Apply it. Click News Trader again and put on your reverse continue. Choose the account you're trading, label it, go up to the top, make sure it says reverse continue. Position 1 is a 1, target is 50, stop is 50. That's my setup for NQ. Choose the account, which we already said, label NQ reverse continue.
Ed Goolsbee says political pressure on the Fed.
And now the trap trade. The trap trade, that's the trade we're trading, for sure. For sure, I'm trading the trap. That's our setup for the news. All right? That's our setup for the news. Double-click trap trade so it shows up under configured. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Activate. Most trap trades we activate 5 seconds before the news is scheduled to be released. This is a 8:30 scheduled news release. 8:29:55 is our trigger. And we'll use a 45, you know what? Yes, a 45 stop. Our tier is 60.
Political influence on central banks generally leads to inflation.
Tier 2 is 80. You want to take less risk with the NQ? With any trap trade, you could trade just the outer tier. If you don't get filled, so what? You live to trade another day. You would do tier 1 at 80. And you'd only have a 1-tier trade. Position 1 would be a 1, position 2 would be a 0. Plenty of times people will trade a 1-tier trade. You're probably not getting filled 65% of the time at least, though. That's the downside. Label it trap NQ. Choose the account you're trading it in. All right. Apply it. Okay it. Now, we're ready. In theory, a few housekeeping tools that we need to take care of. The main trade that you're trading, main trade, I'm going to turn the magnet on. Well, no, let me backtrack. Main trade you're trading, that's the first trade you enable. So trap NQ on that chart, we enable that first. On a trap trade, on many of our setups, there's buttons across the top of the chart, right? BE is a break-even button. If you're in a trade and you're making money, you could press the break-even button and it'll move your stop to break-even plus 1 tick. You want to know a trick? We have a couple of seconds. I'll show you a great trick. In the software, if you click on strategies and look at the software, now the trap trade may not have it, which is perfectly fine. Let me just look at something real quickly. It's not really a feature for the trap trade, but let's look at the reverse continue. It's really a breakout feature. But the reverse continue has the feature because it uses many of the same inputs that the reverse continue uses. We have a feature in our software under trading. It says move stop BEX ticks. We use that feature when we're usually trading one contract. But this input, move stop BEX ticks, if you make that a 5, the break even button at the top of your chart will move to BE plus 5. It's a programmable input for the break even button. That's all it is. Nobody knows it. I didn't know it for like a year because the programmer didn't tell me he did it. It's a programmable input for the break even button. All right, turn on your trap trade first. When you turn on your trap trade, you want to make sure you see the cancel outer tier button. Why? Let's say you're in a unemployment trade,
Welcome
right?
everyone to Pro Trade.
You're in a trap trade, and only one order fills.
Welcome
I'm
everyone
not
to
going to forget the gold open. Only one order fills. Let's see what happened in this trade. It
All
both
right, Euros
filled.
canceled.
So that trade was canceled. That was a trap that got canceled. See if I can show you a trade real quick. Then we'll go back to the gold open. Okay, so here's an instance. A trap trade is 2 orders above price, 2 orders below price.
Would
If
have
we go up,
rather.
we sell. If we go down, we buy. So here, look what happened here. We went down and we filled one order. We're one order long. So we have an extra order. But the stop is being blocked. If the reversal takes place, we want to move our stop to safety. Possibly. You might want to start, protecting profit. But the order's in the way. Cancel the outer tier button is the proper way to get rid of that order. All right. Trap trade gets pressed first, enabled first. Make sure you see the cancel outer tier button. If you don't, it's because your chart is too narrow. Widen it and you'll see the button. There's also a combine button. I don't need to see that. That combines orders. If you have 2 open orders or even 3, it'll combine them into the order closest to current price. So I turn on the trap trade first, then I like to turn on my magnets, then I turn on my reverse continue. I think unequivocally, getting ready for the gold open, I'm watching it, unequivocally, I shouldn't use the word unequivocally, but I will. Unequivocally, we're going to get a test of the high on the NQ. Keep that in mind. Now, I need to expand my strategy tab here. Hold down the left mouse button when you have your little arrows there. Expands my name field for the strategy. I want to do the same thing for the account display. So I make sure I can see the account that I'm trading. And I definitely want to see my names. Absolutely the accounts. Okay. Seeing the account displayed, that's the way you could make sure your software is set to the correct account. Okay. Everybody understand what I mean by that? What do I mean by that? I'll give anybody $1,000,000,000 if they, without Googling, what do I mean by that? If you don't know where that came from, what do I mean by that? Then you don't know. What do I mean by that? A character in a comedy show said that when I was 10 years old. It was the Soupy Sales Show, and it was Blacktooth. Was his name Blacktooth? What do you mean by that? Now you can Google it. Soupy Sales Show. Blacktooth, I think was the name of the character, maybe. Anyway, here you go. Here we go for the gold open. Are we going to get creamed on another gold open? Is this the last week I even bother trying another gold open ever again? They have not been working whenever I trade them, and whenever I'm not in the room, they're fantastic. We hit our first target. I'll trail up a tiny
so in
bit.
10 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, we'll see the release of the weekly jobless claims numbers. Initial claims forecast 280k on the prior 206k.
All right, bingo.
With a range of 220 to 200k.
Nice gold open.
Continued claims forecast 1.792 million on the prior 1.799 million.
That's why it's hard to quit the gold open. We haven't seen a perfect gold open.
Also see the US advanced goods
that was a perfect gold open.
Forecast for a deficit of 100.5 billion.
That was a perfect gold open. Who traded it with me? Who traded it with me?
A comment now from Ed Goolsby, who says 3-month inflation does not look terrible.
And turn it off.
More data at the bottom of the hour. We get the US wholesale inventories month-over-month advance read. Forecast of 0.2%.
Now I'm watching gold. We have a trap trade.
Retail inventories ex-auto advance
on unemployment. I'll try it in SIM.
For Canada, we also get their current account.
It's untested
deficit of 3.9 billion
untested.
On the prior.
We've had a trap trade.
Forecast
for the
a
gold
of 3.9 billion on the prior deficit of
unemployment
7.18 billion.
Report. So I'll put on a trap trade. And the tiers that we've done in the past were 40 and 60. So tier 1 is 40, tier 2 is 60. Label it trap GC if you want to try it in SIM. I'm not willing to do it in an eval even because we haven't looked at it or tested it.
There's a 3% rate
in a while.
And 2% inflation is
so
a
we're just looking.
Where
this
we're
is a way you can see, does it still work? 8, 29, 55. Also, you can test your own design trades by trading in SIM. You don't have to risk your eval. Test your setups. If you design your own trades, we'll do a 25 stop. We'll do a 30 stop. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. All right. And I'll put it on full-size gold because we're testing. I'll update my chart for full-size gold also. No, I'll just leave it alone. I'm not going to. All we're doing is testing our trap trade. Let me go over it one more time. The trap GC. Trap GC. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. We're triggering at 829.55. We have a 30 tick stop. Tier 1 is 40. Tier 2 is 60. Label it trap GC, and we're okaying it. I'm going to leave everything else off on gold because I'm not set up now for regular size gold. My other trades, remember, were micro gold, but we'll just turn the trap on for regular gold to see if it works. Now, I'm not going to pay attention to it. I'll pay attention, but I'll pay main attention to the NQ because that's in a real account, okay? Not funded at this moment in time, but I'm trading it in a eval, so it matters, all right? Let's go over our NQ setups one more time for everyone. The main trade, our news trade, is 830.
Fed's unemployment claims. The economy on balance has been stable.
Unemployment claims. It's also trading with trade balance. Okay, that report matters. That report matters. It's not a report that we've ever had by itself great trading from, but it does and can affect a market. Okay, it absolutely can. So our trap trade, position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. What does that mean? One contract for each order, each tier, each bracket. Okay.
Our stop is 45. Low-fire job market is unusual.
60 on tier 1, 80 on tier 2. If you want to trade MNQ, we had a stop, I believe it was 75 on the DMM. Looking real quick. Yeah, 75 on the stop. MNQ. 50 cents a tick on MNQ. Very inexpensive instrument to trade. Tier 1 is 60.
So in
Tier
5
2
minutes
is
time
80.
now, at the bottom
Label
of the
the
hour,
trade.
we do see the release of the
Trap
weekly jobless
NQ.
claims numbers for the US.
Okay.
Initial claims
Apply it.
forecast
Okay.
208K on
If
the
you're
prior
going to
206K,
put your
with a
reversal
range of
and your
220
magnet
to
on, the
200K
magnet
expected. Continued claims forecast 1.792 million on the prior
on the magnet,
1.799
how do
million.
I
We do
decide
also
if
see
I'm going
the
to
July
have
prelim read for the US
the
advanced
top
goods trade
input
balance,
on off,
forecast as a
or
deficit of
if I want to see the
100.5 billion on the
orders
prior deficit of
for entering a magnet?
101.41 billion.
So if I'm
Comments from
trading
Fed
a news
Scoresby,
trade
biggest
like we are
short-run
now, and
fear is
it's
that
just a
inflation
few
is
minutes
not under
away,
control.
and I know I'm not
We also get the
entering a
US
magnet
wholesale
trade,
inventories month-over-month
I
advance read for
always
July.
leave the
Forecast to remain
input
unchanged at
off so it doesn't
0.2%.
put the high of day,
Retail
low of
inventories
day
ex-auto
orders on the
prior
chart.
was minus 0.4%. For Canada,
That's
we
what
also
off
see their
means. And the new
current
version,
account.
you'll see
The
it's going to
forecast is
say
for a
high of day,
surplus of
low of day
3.9
orders
billion
are
on the
off.
prior deficit
No
of
more confusion.
7.18 billion.
Position 1 is a 1. Our stop is 50. Everything else is default. And I'm just labeling the magnet NQ, and I've chosen an account for it. All right. Apply it, and then the reverse continue. Position 1 is a 1. Target 1 is 50. Our stop is 50. Label it NQ reverse continue and choose the account you're trading. Okay, everything. You don't have the apply button being live if you're not making any changes. You're already applied and okayed it. Don't forget, trap gets chosen first, then magnet, reverse continue. Are they saying on TV that it's impossible to buy a RAV4 because you can't get them? Yeah, there's a shortage of RAV4s. I watch too many crazy videos because I really stay up all night. I sleep maybe 2 or 3 hours a night. I don't see very many videos about how wonderful it is to buy a car, um, and how fantastic it is to take out a loan for like $90,000 to buy a new car. I just don't see that
Fed
many
Scoresby says
videos
3-month inflation does
about
not
that.
look terrible.
But I do see quite a few videos. Oh my God, can somebody help me get out of my car loan? I can't afford this $90,000 car anymore. I see more videos like that online.
So White House Press Secretary Leavitt says no negotiations are happening now with Iran.
Now,
So again, on Iran, says no negotiations happening right now. White House Press Secretary Leavitt currently speaking on Fox News.
Leavitt is speaking on Fox News
White House Press
and
Secretary
just
Leavitt
said
on
that
Iran
there's no
says all
negotiations
options
going
remain
on
on
with
the
Iran.
table.
I thought we knew that already, but okay. I think
And Leavitt
I
says
think
on Iran that the naval
the car
blockade will stay in
market is
effect.
struggling. I think many consumers cannot afford a $90,000 car. Gold. Remember, my charts are spread a little bit because I'm preparing for the trap trade. When your charts are spread, the wider you spread your chart, the more volatile they look because each tick is bigger, right? If you spread them wider, it
1
looks
minute
really
remaining. I'll
scary,
lead with the US
volatility.
initial jobless claims.
But you do want your trap trade chart spread enough so that the orders can all be seen, but they're not all on top of each other. Okay? Oh, Calvin, are you telling the truth or you're joking? True or not? If you're lucky enough to have $210,000 to spend on a car, God bless you. What truck is it? Oh wait, you're saying 21,000. Which car?
10 seconds.
Which car? All right, forget it. Watch. Let's watch.
Order
Trap
submitted.
trade.
Order submitted.
Spread the chart. See what I mean? Chart needs to be spread. So the news is out. All of it is out now.
203K, lower than forecast, 208K. The prior was revised
I'm getting the feeling we are not going to get a setup
Continued claims,
here.
one spot
Our tiers are
778
just
million,
way
one
too
spot
big
778
for
million,
today's news.
which is lower than forecast, one spot
Now,
792 million. The
the
prior was
initial
revised down
move
to one spot
really was
796
chop.
million from one spot
The
799
initial move
million.
here was
Wholesale
chop.
inventories month over month advanced 1
I
spot
would
3%,
prefer
1
if it
spot
go
3%,
down
higher than
and
forecast,
fill us
0
long.
spot 2%. The advanced good
You
trade
cannot
balance
allow
deficit
it to go
of
up
118.8
now
billion,
and
which
fill
is
you
lower than the
short. So
expected
put your
deficit of
finger on the cancel
100.5
button.
billion.
And if it
Retail
starts
inventories
going
ex
up, you
auto
have to cancel.
0.7%,
You're allowed to
0.7%.
let it fill
For
long
Canada,
because
their
that's
current
the
account was a
initial
surplus of
move direction.
8.836 billion. That's
That's the way we
8.836 billion,
trade a
higher than the
trap.
forecast of 3.9 billion.
If it starts going up now, our tiers were too small and the reversal's taking place. Okay? I would now cancel this trap trade. We don't stay 4 minutes like we do on our gold 9 a.m. trap trade waiting for it to fill. This is a news trap trade and it hasn't worked because our tiers are just big today. I would cancel right now. This is officially a canceled trade.
Order canceled.
Gold also. So we didn't really learn anything about gold, just
Order
that
canceled.
our tiers are too big today. We'll go back and we'll look and we'll test, and that's the way it goes. It's no big deal that we didn't get filled. It's okay. The market might go down and fill it, but we're no longer trading the immediate response to the news. That's what we're trading, the immediate response to the news, not 4 minutes later. Okay? That's what our setup is based on, the immediate response to the news, and we didn't get a setup today. That worked. It's not the end of the world. All right? The numbers are fairly close to, as Rick said on TV, we're in a range that is showing a reasonably healthy job market, if you can believe it. All right? I'm not going to discuss whether the job market
We
really
have posted the
is
weekly jobless claims
healthy or
reports on the
not.
feed for those interested.
You all can make that decision. Okay? Let's get set up for our next setups. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try to make things easier this morning. We're done with all of our setups from now. I'm removing all of them, everything. Highlight by holding down the control button. You can highlight multiple strategies. Right click, remove them, all gone. Let's put the charts on that we need. So we need a micro gold chart and we need a micro gold chart. Okay? Because we have two setups for micro gold at 9 o'clock. That's what we do. That's what we do. TJ, never mind. Yeah, no, what magnet did you play? I'm not looking at YM yet. I'm just curious.
We have also
MGC
posted the Canadian current account
1226.
Q2 report on the feed for those interested.
Okay, remember what we do. Every chart gets a reverse continue. Every chart gets a magnet. All right? So after our challenge, you will have a much quicker way of getting all your orders on the charts. Calvin, you let your trap fill? Okay. I said you could, but you're not trading. At that point, you're just not trading the news. You're trading market movement. And there's nothing wrong with that. You could use our software and just trade market movement all day long. There's no law that says you can't use our software to trade market movement. You could set up a breakout trade for right now, and you could make money on it. If the market breaks out and moves in one direction, bingo, you can make money on a breakout. All right. First things first. Remember now, we have two charts. They're exactly the same. So we're going to have labeled events that theoretically have the same names. So one of the labels on the charts are going to have the number of the account we're using, so we are very clear on which setup is on which chart. And you'll understand as
And
I
the
set up
Advanced Goods
my
Trade
trades.
Balance July report for the US
On the
is also on the
left,
feed.
I'm going to set up my trap trade. We're trading 9 a.m. gold volatility. That's what we're trading here. Okay, 9 a.m. gold volatility. We have a trap trade and a breakout trade. Thanks to Nitin for the idea and the setups on these trades. We have tested these trades. We've tweaked a tiny bit. I don't even remember what the original settings were, but I'm not taking credit for these trades. This is a community trade. That's probably the best way to look at it. MGC 1226. Right click the chart, click strategies. We're going to put a reverse continue on the chart. Change the breakout to a reverse continue. Position 1 is a 2. Target 1 is 50. Stop is 50. Label it reverse continue. MGC reverse continue. But let's make this chart the numbered chart we're going to use. All right. So 67 is the account I'm trading this in. So 67 MGC reverse continue. And you'll see what I mean why I'm doing that. Trading in account 67, apply it. Put a magnet on this chart. So click the magnet. Go up to the top. High of day, low of day orders. For the moment, they're going to be off. Magnet trade enabled, off. Those are the high of day, low of day orders. Position size 1 is a 2. 2 contracts, position 1. Stop is at 50. Scroll down. We're going to label the magnet 67 MGC magnet. All right. No big deal. And we're using account 67. Apply it. And then we're going to set up our trap trade. Double click the trap trade. I'm going to load my template because I never remember the settings for this particular trade. I have a 9 a.m. template saved with my initials and Chantal's initials. Chantal is our team member here.
The Royal Bank of Canada CEO says the implementation of the recently announced tariffs could impact about 40 basis points of Canadian GDP, with a large impact on certain sectors and provinces.
Make sure the date is today, the 27th. Load it. When you load it, it saves it. Why do I rename it? Everything. So tomorrow when I come in, or next week, if I don't trade for a week, I'll know the most recent way I traded this event. We're going to activate our trap trade at 8:59.55. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. How many contracts for each tier do we have? 1 for each. Our stop is 40. Tier 1 is 35. Tier 2 is 60. Labeled trap MGC, but a 40. You don't need the 43 because we only have one trap. But let's keep everything current. It was 67, now 43. Keep everything the same, consistent. And our account that we're trading it in is 67. So from the top on the trap trade. Position 1's a 1, position 2 is a 1. Activate it at 8:59.55. That's when our orders go on the chart. And our stop is 40. Tier 1 is 35. Tier 2 is 60. Choose the account you're trading in. Label the trade. Apply it. Okay it. Adjust your chart the way you like to get ready for trading. Turn on the trap first. Make sure you can see your cancel out or tier button. Turn on your magnet. Turn on your reverse continue. Now you're ready to scalp. If I want to scalp, make sure your chart trader is on the correct account that you're trading, so you see your orders. If I want to scalp, I could take a short right now by pressing the instant short button. And it's as safe a trade as I could take, right? Because I have a stop, I have a target. On my middle chart, or the right chart, I should say, we're going to add our setups. Our main setup is a breakout trade. 9 a.m. we have two different setups. Same instrument, trading micro gold, so you need to trade it in a different account, or you need to trade one of them GC and one of them MGC. Okay? I have an itchy back this morning. Okay. Setting up the breakout. Yesterday the breakout was awesome on the 9 a.m. Right click the chart, click the strategy. Double click News Trader. It's already defaults to breakout. I'm going to load my template. I never remember the settings on this trade. So we call it Gold 9 a.m. It's going to show up in here somewhere. Going to right click it, rename it today's date. That's one of the most important things we do. So you know, I say it over and over, I know you're sick of hearing me. You always want to know what you did the day before, the week before, the month before, the quarter before. You might be a quarterly trade. So important to date it so you remember. If you don't keep a journal, you don't write things down, these templates can be your journal. Load. So we have a breakout. We're triggering the breakout at 8:59:55. I set my breakouts at first to 0 so we can test the brackets. Our bracket is 15. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 20. Target 2 is 35. Target 1 stop move is BE. Break even if we hit our first target, and our stop is 30. I'm going to add a contract to position 1. We're going to label this MGC breakout 9 a.m. right? MGC, not a number because our other chart has a number before the name because we're two charts, similar setups, but different accounts, okay? So this account is going to be our eval. Let's work on the eval a little bit today. So the breakout will be in my eval. The trap is in my funded account. So we're calling it MGC breakout 9 a.m. Double check the setup one more time. 8:59:55 for a 9 o'clock event. 15 on the bracket. Position 1, how many contracts you want. Position 2, how many contracts you want. Target 1 is 20. Target 2 is 35. Stop is 30. BE on target 1 stop move. Putting it on sim for a minute. We're going to test our bracket management. The chart's on sim. Spread the chart a little bit for bracket management testing. Turn on your breakout with 0 time, and it should generate a bracket when the price moves.
Order canceled.
See how it's a little bit tight? I'm going to widen the chart a little bit.
Order submitted.
And that's a manageable bracket. I don't want it like this. Can't trade like that. I don't want it like that. Can't trade like that, okay? That's why I do bracket management. It's not rocket science, everybody. You can press the F button, and you can trade in default chart mode in terms of where the price lines up. And you will see our breakout trade.
Order submitted.
But
order canceled.
I like things centered for trade management. But
if you're ever in a rush and you haven't had time to test your
Iran's oil
brackets and you're
minister
worried
says
you won't be able to
Iranian oil
manage,
sales and
hit
deliveries
the
in
F,
distant waters have not
default
stopped despite a reduction,
Order
according to
positioning of the
state
submitted.
media.
pricing, and you can trade and you know for sure you'll see all your brackets. All right? Clearly able to be traded. You're going to right click, go back to strategy, put the time back to the correct time, 8:59:55, and we have our setup. Go back, put the account on the account we're trading. We set eval for this setup, right? We're going to apply it and okay it. Oh, what did we forget? We're just going to apply it. We're going to put our reverse continue and our magnet on. So let's put a magnet on, double click it. Magnet trade enabled. Right now it's on off. Position size is 2. Target is 50. We don't even have to do this because we're just looking at signals. We could just shoot down to the label and make it MGC magnet. Notice our other magnet is 67 MGC magnet. That's how we differentiate between the two setups. Now you understand completely what I'm talking about. And we choose the account we're trading on and apply it. And we're going to add our reverse continue by double clicking News Trader. Go up to the top. Double click News Trader. Highlight the trade. Okay, I wasn't highlighting it. Now let's add our, I have to add it. I didn't press it properly. Double click News Trader. There it is. I'm going to turn the breakout into a reverse continue. Position 1 is a 2. Target 1 is 50. Target stop is 50. Now you could make this a 2 or a 3 position trade. If you don't like to scalp the way I scalp, you could do position 1 as a 1, position 2 as a 1. Target 1 could be 30, target 2 could be 50. Okay? I just enjoy scalping, simple, no thinking, but it's not the only way you can scalp. We have up to 3 positions. Position 2 is a 1. Position 1 is a 2. Target is 50. Stop is 50. Label it. MGC reverse continue. All right. Put it on the account that this chart is trading on. And we're on our eval on this account. Now we'll apply and okay everything. I'll move my chart up. I'll put my chart on the account I'm trading on. My chart trader is a little wide. I'm going to hold my left mouse button when I see those arrows. I could shrink it or I could expand it. Okay. And then I'm going to turn on my breakout first. Turn on my magnet second. Doesn't matter. Reverse continue. In your case, it matters. Until you get the new software, turn them on the way I say. Magnet second, reverse continue third. All button problems are over in the new version where you get weird looking buttons. We've fixed that. So that'll be taken care of with the new software being released next week. All right, at the webinar. Now I'm going to add an RTY chart. We have 10 minutes. So this is a 9 o'clock volatility event. Okay, that's what we're trading here. Supposed gold volatility that has been noticed at 9 a.m. That's the purpose of this trade. But I'm going to get ready in advance for the market open. I'll put my RTY chart on, and let's put our RTY setups on the chart. We have 10 minutes. So I need an extra chart in my Ninja. I have an RTY chart. I'm going to widen. I have shrunk some of my charts over the past couple of days. There we go. All right, so we have an RTY chart.
Remember what I said about the F? See, I like my charts. I like the price centered. I believe gold's going to test the low. I do believe gold's going to test the low, maybe before 9 o'clock. If I were trading alone, I would be short gold. Now, we don't have any signals, but gold's negative. It's getting pulled like a magnet into the low of day. Now, where's my eval? This is my eval.
Order submitted.
I'm willing to take a short in my eval to see if we get a test, get part way to if we get a follow through on this short. If we don't, my life isn't going to end. All right? It's not going to end, and I'll turn this trade off in a couple of minutes because we have a 9 o'clock event. If it doesn't happen pretty quick, I'm going to get out. So we might as well use a pretty small stop. All right? If I get to move my stop to safety, I'll do it right away. And I'll still put my RTY indicator on the chart. Strategy, news trader, first setup, reverse continue. Position 1 is a 1. My target is 35. My stop is 35. Label it RTY reverse continue. And we'll put it on an important account that we're trading. Apply it. Okay it. Move my stop to safety. I have a winning gold trade. Now if it pulls back, fine. I think what I'll do, make it real tight, because we're going to be coming into, I have a few more minutes. I'm backing up my stop a little bit. Okay, I'll take it. A little scalp there. I think it's going to test the low. That's what my motivation was for that trade. Let's fix our bracket. Now I'm going to wait. I am going to wait for the breakout trade. Right? That was our breakout chart, right? So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to turn off my trades on that chart for a minute. And that's, again, why do I want these trades labeled? So I know which one to turn off. If all my setups have the same name, right? It's just a question of not being confused. So I'm going to go and just check our bracket again, because I'm ADHD when it comes to brackets. I don't even know what that means, but put our time on 0 for a second so we could retest the bracket. It's a small bracket, 15. Put our trading chart account on sim, apply it and okay it because we made a change. Put the chart trader on sim. We'll spread a little bit. Turn on the breakout trade that's in sim.
Order submitted.
See, that bracket's a little
Order
bit tight,
canceled.
so I'll just make it a little bit wider. I want to see the low of the day, though. I want to see the low of the day in case I want to take another trade. Now I'm going to go back. Maybe that's the trade I'm going to take instead of the breakout. Okay? You can override your breakout if you see a better event before. That could be your trade. There's no law that says, oh, I got to wait for the breakout no matter what. I can't do anything else because we have a breakout set. We can't do a single thing ever again until the breakout's over. That's silly. 859.55 is our trigger. Our breakout trade is a bracket of 15. Target of 20 and 35 with a stop of 30. Target 1 is 20. Target 2 is 35. Stop is 30. Target 1 stop move BE. Now it is micro gold. You could make your stop 40 if you want to. I'm going to leave it where it is at the moment. It's labeled MGC breakout at 9. Put it back on our trading account. All right. Apply it. Okay it. Put the chart trader back to to the account we're trading on. I do want to see that lower day. See, we pulled off. We took a little scalp, and gold's now doing what it always does. It moves a lot. Up and down, up and down. Back to our RTY chart. We were in the middle of setting up that reverse continue. Let's just finish that setup, and we'll watch the charts. Strategy, highlight the reverse continue. Position 1 is a 1. Target of 35. Target 1. Stop is 35. Scroll down to the label, RTY reverse continue. Choose the account you're trading it on. Apply it if you have it available, and OK it. Make sure your trading chart is on that account. All right. Okay. And now let's watch our gold charts for our gold setups. We're going to have a gold trap trade. Absolutely, I prefer on this event for it to go up first and fill me short on the gold trap trade. I'm not dying for a long fill because I believe this market on gold is heading lower. But we know how changeable gold could be on one single comment, right? And that's why it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible to try to outthink the market. Yes, there are times you can say, well, I think this is a short for sure today. Like on a couple of times this week, honestly, the pre-MNQ trade, pre-market open, we could have chosen direction and had it right. But more often than not, if you try to outthink the market by guessing its direction or by analyzing its direction before an event, and that's important, before an event, more often than not, that event will make a fool out of you. All other times of day, you use your analysis to make decisions on direction, right? Now, I'm not concerned at the moment about the low at the moment. All right, we have 2.5 minutes for volatility, gold volatility. Watch, you'll see there will be a noticeable pickup in volatility. Now, if you have a favorite trade and you want to bring it to us and it's making you money over and over and over, bring it to us. We'll test it, steal it, and teach it to everybody, and then take credit as if it's ours. No, we won't. But we'll take it and test it. Tweak it if we think a tweak is viable. And obviously, you gave it to us for sharing, and we'll share it with the room, with the community. If it's a great event, we'll trade it. These gold trades have been pretty good. So I'm a baseball nut. I'm really upset there's going to be no baseball next year, probably, which is horrible. There's no Phillies game today. That's horrible. But the Florida Marlins fired their whole professional scouting department. I didn't vet that report to see it's true, and they're going to use AI instead. These are billionaires who own these teams, who don't allow people to make a living. Smart people who have helped them for years and years and years.
Order submitted.
There's our trap. We're going to spread it apart a little bit. We're going to get our breakout. If I would have turned it on. So I'm not going to trade the breakout because I never turned it on.
Order canceled.
Here's our trap. We're going to watch it. We got filled long, so we need a reversal. I need a reversal to kick in. Right now it only filled one order. All right? It only filled one order. If it fills my second order, I'm very concerned about this trap trade. I don't mind telling you. I don't mind telling you. Why? Because I think gold's going to test the low. I think gold's going to test the low. So I think it'll fill our second tier. I'm not going to move my stop below the low. That's just way too big a stop. I'm going to shrink my targets. Now my opposite orders have become targets. And I might just hit the close button. Well, look, I'm moving my stop to safety because I'm in a funded account. All right, I'm in a funded account. Let me make sure I'm not losing my mind. Yeah, funded on the trap. It hits my first target. I'm happy. Hit that target. Go ahead. Hit the target.
Order filled.
I'll trail and I'll expand my second target. Gold gave me a nice pop up. Now I'm really expanding. Expand my target. Gold completely changed direction at 9. It's choppy though. It's pretty choppy. I'm giving up a few ticks so I could try to survive, but I think it's going to get me anyway.
Order canceled.
All right, a very nice trap trade. I think the breakout was a winner also. Who traded the breakout? See what I did though? I never turned it back on.
Deputy Oil Minister says around 40% of the damaged capacity of the South Pars gas field is back into production.
The breakout.
So this is Fars News citing Iran's Deputy Oil Minister.
I never turned it back on. So it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to cry in a corner. I'll just go back. Now we'll get ready for our next setup. It moved nicely. You could see at 9 o'clock, the trade candle had a nice move down. So I'm certain that the breakout was a winner. You could see it was a good little winner. Okay? I love the trap. I love the trap. I traded the trap in my funded account. So I'm happy about that. All right, let's turn it off and get rid of it. This morning, we're going to make things clear. I'm getting rid of everything. No more confusion. Highlight everything except your RTY trade. Hold down the control button. Right click, remove the setups. Our left chart becomes MNQ. MNQ 0926. Our middle chart becomes YM. YM 0926. And this morning, I'm going to go a little bit quicker than I've gone the rest of the week. I want to get my YM magnet set up right away. Right click the YM chart in the middle, click strategies, double click magnet, pay close attention. High of day, low of day at the moment is off. Position 1 is a 1. Target 1 is -3. Position 2 is a 1. Target 2 is 15 ticks. The stop is 40. Target 1 stop move is BE. Scroll down. YM magnet is the label. I trade the YM morning trades in my eval. Choose the account, apply it. Put the reverse continue, click News Trader. All the way to the top, change the breakout to reverse continue. Choose the amount of contracts you want. The target is 40. The stop is 40. Scroll down and label it YM reverse continue. Put it on the same account that your magnet is on. Eval. Apply it. Okay. We also have a YM range trade. Right click, strategies, double click news trader. Make sure the breakout trade type says a range trade. The range ends at 9:30. 0, 0. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 20. The stop is 35. Target 1 stop move, BE. Scroll down. Range begins. Where's our range begin? Hang on. Range start time, 9:25:00. 9:25:00. 6 ticks above the range, 6 ticks below the range. Show the range graphics on chart is checked. Label, YM open range, YM range, whatever you want to call it. YM range. And put it on the account you're trading it on. Same account as all the setups. Apply it, okay it. Now we have 3 setups for the YM. We have our RTY setup also. I'm going to remove my RTY setup. I have a reason why. We have 3 YM trades. Magnet is my main trade usually on the YM. All right. YM reverse continue. I don't turn on the range. I'm usually going to trade either the range or the magnet. I don't trade both usually. Way to go, John. I don't trade both usually. All right. Make sure you're on the right account. Now, we're pulling off lows. You notice the YM's been making low after low after low. It got a signal. Too late to take the signal. That was 3 minutes ago. I don't take 3-minute-old signals. Right now we're just watching, but I don't have my orders high of day, low of day on because we're a little bit close to the current price action. So I'm going to wait a few minutes before I don't think I want to trade a test of the low right now when we've made more than like 10 tests of the low minutes ago. It may be exhausted. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm not trading it right now. All right, let's get the rest of our setup set up. I'm watching the YM right now. So I don't turn my range on unless I make a decision. I'm not trading the magnets at the open. MNQ, first trade to put on the chart is the 925 pre-market open breakout trade. Right click the chart, double click strategy, click news trader. I'll load my template for the 925 pre-open. We call it pre-MNQ open new. Right click it, rename it, today's date. Yesterday we got stopped on this. Load it. 9:24:59 is the trigger. You know I'm going to put the time on 0 for a test of the bracket. 9:24:59, we have a bracket of 30. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1, position 3 is a 1. Trading a 3-position trade with 1 contract at each position. Target 1 is 20, target 2 is 35, target 3 is 65. Target 1 stop move is BE for break even. If we hit our first target, I'll move my stop to break even. You could do target 2 stop move. If you hit your second target, that's when you move your stop to break even. That's up to you. Our stop is 50 on this trade. It's labeled pre-MNQ. I'm going to leave it on sim. We're testing the bracket because we put the time on 0. Put your chart on sim. Spread it a little bit so the bracket's not on top of each other. Turn on the trade with 0 time and we get very perfect manageable brackets.
Canceled.
Turn it off. Right click. highlight strategies, highlight the strategy, put the time back to 9:24:59. Scroll down and put the software on this chart on the account we're trading. Let's trade it in 67. We'll apply it. And now we're going to add our second breakout, the 9:30. I'll go to the template. I'll load it. Look for the template. MNQ new open is what we call it. Right click it. Change the date to the 27th. Load it. When you load it, it saves it. 9:29:59. We're just leaving it. I'm not configuring the brackets because we have a 9:25 trade. We've configured the brackets for that. Our setup is 30 tick bracket. Positions 1 and 2. Choose the number of contracts you want to trade. Target 1 is 20. Target 2 is 100. Our stop is 125. And our target 1 stop move is BE for break even. It's already labeled breakout MNQ open. And I'll put it on our trading chart for that account. Apply it. And now I'm going to set up another news trader setup for the reverse continue. Change the breakout to reverse continue, MNQ, couple of contracts, 1 position, 100 target, 100 stop. Go down and label it MNQ reverse continue. Choose the account we're trading on. Apply it, and then we'll add our magnet. MNQ magnet. We're nowhere near highs and lows, so I'll put the orders on high of day, low of day. Couple of contracts. I do program the magnet for the MNQ, but usually I still will enter with the reverse continue. Position, I use a couple of contracts for position 1, a stop of 100. Again, we're using it for signals. Label it MNQ magnet. And I put every setup on the same account. So if I do accidentally press a button, I'll see it. Apply it, okay it. So we have 4 setups. We're not using them all on the MNQ, but we are using 2 of them for sure. Okay. We're using our 9:25 pre-open. 9:25 pre, that gets turned on first. Okay. That's my market open before the market, 25, 9:25. Then I'm turning on my magnet. Then I'm turning on my reverse continue, MNQ. Get the clock out of the way if it's in the way, and I'm ready on my MNQ. All right. That's not a bad shot for a scalp. That signal, not a bad shot for a scalp. The market's making a lot of lows though, but you do have momentum on your side. You do have momentum on your side. The stop would be around 65. So it's about a 70 tick stop here. It's a big stop because we're off the low pretty far on that signal. Okay. It's a pretty big stop. Back to the RTY. We're going to set up our 3 RTY setups.
As well as NVIDIA's Huang.
Right click the RTY.
Going to be speaking at the G20 event.
Click the strategy. Let's put our range trade on first. Click News Trader.
So again, the event is taking place in North
it's the
Carolina.
Same range trade as the YM, almost exactly.
Musk, David Sachs.
I'm going to load a template.
OpenAI's Altman and NVIDIA's Huang.
And I'll go through the whole setup like I always do. RTY, open. And this was donated. This setup is Langford's setup. He was nice enough to donate this setup. Let me get the right setup, though. That's not the right setup. Let me find the one I want. Let's get it. Right-click it. Rename it. Today's date is the 27th. And we will load it. That saves the new date. Range trade, RTY. End the range, 930.00. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 20. Target 1 stop move, BE. If you want to use the target 1 stop move, it's not a law. 35 on the stop. Scroll down. Range start time, 925.00. 6 ticks above the range, 6 ticks below the range. Show the range graphics on chart gets checked. Label the range, RTY range, and choose the account you're trading in. I'm trading in a funded account for the MNQ trades and for my RTY. Apply it. Put a reverse continue. Double click News Trader. Change breakout to reverse continue. Position 1 is a 1. Target 1 is 35. Stop is 35. The reason I removed our RTY is because when you put them all together, do them all together, they all show up together on the control panel. It just makes it more organized. Target 135, stop 35, label it, RTY, reverse continue. Same account. Make sure you choose the correct trading account. Apply it. And then we'll add a magnet to the RTY. Double click the magnet. Just using it for signals. Magnet trade enabled. Right now off. Position 1 is a 1. The stop is 40. Scroll down. RTY magnet is the label. All right. You can shorten the label if you want to. And you can leave it on SIM, or you could put it in the account you have chosen for that chart. Apply it, and now you can OK it. We have 3 setups. Make sure your chart trader's on the right account on everything. On the YM, our chart trader needs to be on 43. And on the MNQ, our chart trader's 67. You can hover on the account and see it. Finishing up on the RTY. Turn on the range first. That's the one trade I'm definitely taking. I'm trading the range. Okay? It's a 5-minute opening range. It starts calculating at 9:25. It ends at 9:30. Puts the orders on the chart at 9:30 for the trade. Then I'm turning on my RTY magnet and my RTY reverse continue. Everything is set up. Take a deep breath. Anybody have any questions about any setups? Any questions about any setups? So let's recap. Let's recap. On the MNQ, which is our leftmost chart, we put 4 setups on the chart. It doesn't mean we're trading 4 setups automatically every morning. It means we have 4 opportunities for trading. We have a non-stop opportunity with the magnets and the reverse continues. Those are setups that could appear all day long. Potential signals, potential magnets, and you can trade those signals and targets of the magnet areas using the reverse continue button. Instant long, instant short. That's how you trade your magnet and your signal. If you want to use the control panel to trade your magnet setups, inside the magnet software, and I'll show you on the RTY because it's just easier. Inside the magnet software. So if I turn off my magnet, right? When I say inside, I mean if you click on strategies, highlight the magnet, and look at your settings, that's what I mean by inside. You can set up the buttons for trading, okay? You can set up the buttons for trading, and I go over this pretty much every day. So look at the control panel. You have a reverse continue long, you have a reverse continue short. Something has to set that trade up, right? It's the magnet inputs that sets up the button trades. So if you notice, if you highlight the magnet inputs and then scroll down to reverse continue, that's the setup for the reverse continue buttons. How many positions, what your targets are, you could trail. It's a very full-blown setup. Then, if you want to trigger, if you want to program the ARS Enter Now button, when we generate a signal, the ARS Enter Now button activates for a few seconds. If you want to press that button when you get a signal to enter a signal trade, that trade is programmed. Very simple, two-position possible trade with ARS management. Position 1, how many ticks? Position 2, how many ticks? What's your stop? We also have a long and short button. We don't really need that long and short button anymore. It used to be, there were times, we've done so much additional programming to the magnet software that we have put a lot of the features that are now automatic in the software. The software is a lot smarter. In the very beginning, there were times we wanted to tell the software what direction to trade. That's a rarity now. But we're not going to take the feature out. We left the feature in. I'm going to turn my RTY magnet back on. We're getting ready now for our 925. Oops, I did it again. Didn't take a signal. That worked. Just call me Brittany. BIT, if you know what I mean. Watching the MNQ. Now, the 925 trade, it's been a little bit painful for the past week or so. Trying to think, do I want to risk my profits on my 67 account on this trade? I guess I will. The range trade will execute at 9:30, John. So think about it. It starts calculating at 9:25, range start. The range trade ends at 9:30, so it executes exactly at 9:30. The range is calculated, and it calculates and draws it on the screen. So you're not guessing. You can see where the orders are going to be. When a range trade calculates, and I'll show you starting at 9:25, it puts four lines on the chart. The top line would be where your long order would be if the range ended at that moment. The bottom line is the short order if the range ended at that moment. And you could end the range trade early. Nobody knows this because I've never talked about it because we rarely do it. There's a range trade now button. If you're calculating a range and you decide you want to enter immediately or put your orders on the chart immediately, instead of waiting for the range to finish calculating, you can just press the range trade now button. What if the news comes out and the market starts bursting and you just want to try and grab a move? It may not be the smartest thing to do, but we like to put a lot of features in so you can decide. Okay, we're getting ready for our 925. Our orders are going to show up.
Order
Couple
submitted.
of seconds.
Order submitted.
I don't like that fill at all.
Order filled.
However, it hit my first target. That was a crazy, crazy fill. If it pulls back,
order
so I
filled.
pulled my second target down, I expanded, and I'm moving my stop up. I'm trying to grab a little more profit. Sometimes patience will grab you the profit. Sometimes aggressive management will grab you the profit. You don't know. Now I'm at my second target. So I've made both targets. If it pulls back, it is a shame, but I've also expanded my target. Okay? If it goes up, I'll trail as it goes up towards the target. Now, I don't want to spend too much time in this trade. I don't want to cut it off because it's making money. I'll expand it. I have a couple of minutes. I have the 9:30 trade. The rules are you exit this trade before 9:30 unless you're making money like I'm doing right now. If it hits my target.
Order filled.
Okay, so I'm out of that trade. Let's get rid of the pre-MNQ trade. Pre-MNQ trade. Hold on a second, everyone. Hold on. All right, pre-MNQ off, removed. Remove. Now, I'm protecting my profit in my funded account this morning. My 9:30 trade, breakout MNQ open. I'm going to right click. That's the 9:30 trade. I'm going to go into my eval this morning on the market opens. Just because that's what I'm doing. I'll go back to funded on natural gas. So quickly, because I don't have a lot of time, I'm going to put my 9:30 trade. It triggers at 9:29.59, and I'm trading that in an eval. Apply it. I have a magnet that's trading in an eval. And apply it. And I have a reverse continue trading in an eval. Apply it. Reverse continue. We already set them up. All right. The only thing I didn't do is check the bracket on that 9:30 trade. I've only got 2 minutes. I hate rushing. But 2 minutes. I'll put the time on 0. Make sure the account's on sim. Apply it and OK it. Put the charts on sim. All right. Turn on that breakout.
Order submitted.
Okay,
Order
the brackets
canceled.
are good. Management wise, I'll actually make them a tiny bit wider. Now I'll put the time back to 9:29.59. Check the account. Make sure everything is on the right account. Apply it, OK it, and we'll put the chart trader on that account. And I'll turn on my MNQ breakout.
1 minute now until we get the market on open imbalance.
I'll turn on my magnet and I'll turn on the reverse continue. So now I have my RTY calculating. It's a pretty big range this morning. YM, I'm going to turn my orders on for high of day, low of day. Move up a little bit for a test of the low and turn it on. I don't know if we're going to get a test of the low. I don't know that we're getting a test of the high right now. It's pretty far away. Probably a VWAP test might be more interesting. I think the YM is probably going to test the VWAP more than the low. But let's see. We might have time to do both. We might. We're going to get our
Order
trade set up
submitted.
right
Order
here
submitted.
first.
Order submitted. Order
Market on
failed.
Okay,
open imbalance.
Order
S&P
RTY hit
500
target
sell side
1 and
170 million.
reversed.
Nasdaq 100 buy side 47 million. Dow 30 sell side 16 million. Mag 7 buy
I'm
side
short
44 million.
in my, unfortunately, in my MNQ trade. I'm very happy I went to
Order
eval.
failed.
All right, so lost a little bit of money on the MNQ open. Not now. I'm setting my MNQ for magnets. I will turn the magnets on. If the MNQ goes to a new high, I'll let it test it. If the MNQ wants to test the low, I'll let it test it. The YM didn't trade. Okay, it happens to be on the same account as my MNQ, and that's no problem. As I said, the RTY was a target 1 winner, and then it reversed. I'm putting my RTY on an eval, all right? On an eval. I don't scalp the RTY in the mornings because I don't do well. I know myself, so I'm putting it on an eval. I can totally accept that I didn't make money, except that I only made target 1.
US stocks extend their gains out of the open
I can
gate with the
accept
Nasdaq
that. I don't have
up
a
around
problem
1%.
with
Nvidia
only
shares
making
up
target 1
6.8%.
on the
Again,
trade.
after the company
Sometimes that
forecasts
happens.
70% sales growth next year.
Sometimes that happens. It's a winner. It's still a winning trade. We have a protection built in. If it pulls back, it protects target 1. Now, I'm not going to turn the range back on, so I'm going to remove it. You don't want to turn on a range. If you turn, right now I didn't turn it off. Okay, so it's still calculating. Watch the YM. We may get the test of the low we wanted, that I was thinking would happen. Now, there's no guarantee it's going to go down and work. It looks like it's going to fill us. So it fills the test of the low. If it hits the first target, our stop will move to break even. We've been struggling on the YM magnets. Now look, it's struggling right now. Yesterday we did hit target 1, but it has been struggling. That's why I've been doing my YMs on evals, funded on the RTY, funded on the range trades.
The US listed shares of SK Hynix up around 3.9%.
Because we're getting stopped on this YM.
TSMC shares
All right,
up around
YM is a stop in the
This is
eval.
semiconductors rising after Nvidia's strong forecasts. Names like Intel as well. Up
like
around
I said,
3.5%.
YM has been
Broadcom,
struggling. Did anyone
2.2%.
try the YM range? Anyone try the YM range? So now I'm watching. I'm just watching. I think that there's a good shot we get a VWAP test on the YM. So maybe we can recover some of our losses. Go down to the control panel, high of day, low of day. The question is, do you think? Look at the RTY. RTY is still negative. YM is still negative. Momentum is negative. We just really was a little bit of bad luck. Maybe a stop that was way too small. Our stops might just be way too small in the morning on the YM. The YM is not working, Nitin. Sorry to hear it. Sorry to hear it. See, the MNQ might test the low. So let's watch that at the moment. YM, the VWAP test looks interesting to me. Manual entry price, going to move up to a test of the VWAP. You could test S1 also. You think it's going to test S1? That might be a better test, right? Target S1. Turn it on. Let's see if we target S1. It's on my eval. Life isn't going to end to do this test, right? I'm not feeling great about trading the YM, though, because it's a little bit hard to tell really where we're going.
Order submitted.
So we gotta, now, where are my orders? Where's my targets? Hang on, folks. So if we're going into
UVIX
safety
hit the 1 week
here,
low, last down around spot 1, 7 points at
I
15
gotta
spot
put
04.
Order
a
submitted.
target in.
Order
Something
submitted.
is not right. So if I want targets, right? I'm not yet moving my stop to safety. But let's see if we get a test. If it'll hit my target. I might move my stop to break even right here. Stops at break even. Expanding targets. Expanding my target. Expanding my target. Expanding my target. My stop I was trailing, I should say. Now I'm expanding. Expanding even more. Here's the VWAP test coming. S1 was better. Expanding even more. Expanding the target more, trailing more. If it pulls back, it'll take me out. I want to protect as much as possible, get back to break even here.
Order filled.
All right, I have to cancel. Something happened.
Order canceled.
It should have shown both my orders, so I have to get that checked. So hang on a second, folks. Hang on. And this is why I'm always testing. So at 9:35, bear with me. Bear with me. All right. So let's talk about something real quick, because what if you do something? What if you do something? What if you do something and it doesn't put a target on the chart? What if the market's very fast and you don't get a target and you know you need a target because you're long, right? So in that case, I could lie, I could try and hide the fact that something went wrong when the software took a second trade. And I will get it fixed today. So that's not the issue. The issue is, what do you do if you're really trading? I was really trading that, and I was in the trade because I tested the S1. So it put me in long 2 contracts. So what are you going to do? I was able to think quickly. I need to have targets. I had my stop was on the chart, but my targets weren't. So I right click and I put on, if I was long, I had to put in a sell limit and make it 2 orders. Okay? 2 orders. Let me put it in sim and show you. So show you exactly what would have happened. So let's say I was long. I'm going to buy in the market on a sim account.
Order filled.
All right, so I'm going to buy 2.
Order
all right?
filled.
Now my stop was on the chart. So let me put the stop on. All right. But what if it happens, you're in a trade and all that shows up is you're in a trade. There's no targets, no stop. Put your cursor way under the current price, right click it. We're long, so we have to put a sell stop market in.
Order submitted.
And we need to be 2 contracts because we're 2 contracts long. So change the number to a 2 and check
Order
it.
submitted.
So now I have a stop, but I still need my targets. Way above the current price, right click. We're long. To get out of the trade, we have to sell limit.
Order
2.
submitted.
Change the 1 by clicking the 1. It's a 2 now. You have like a little calculator. check it,
Order
and
submitted.
now I've made it so my trade is manageable. If I can move my stop to safety, you could still do that. But a lot of times, nothing's automated. The orders aren't connected together.
Order
So it
filled.
took me out, but it leaves the orders on the chart. So don't forget to close out
Order
your
canceled.
extra orders. But in an emergency, you want to know what to do. You don't want to just go, oh my God, what do I do? Now you know what to do. If you're put in a trade or you're left in a trade just long, you go way under the price, right click, and you get your options to buy and sell very clear so you can protect yourself. It's all about protecting. If you just have no clue what you're doing and you're in the market,
Order
like
filled.
I'm in the market for whatever reason, maybe this market went crazy, the software went crazy, nothing worked the way it was supposed to, and you're in the market with 3 contracts and you don't know what to do and you're in cash and you're losing money, hit the close button and get the heck
Order
out.
filled.
All right? You can always hit the close button and get the heck out. When you hit the close button, it's the worst exit. You're saying to the broker, take me out of the trade with the worst price, the price that benefits the broker the most. All right? That's why we try not to use the close button unless we have to. Okay? Try not to use it. So now I'm going to go back to where were we trading on the YM. We were on our eval. We made all our money back on that YM magnet, even with a problem, even with a problem. By not panicking, if you don't panic, especially in the room, there's always someone who can help you and tell you what to do. Any questions? Any questions? Now, I think I'm probably done scalping. I'm not really seeing a great opportunity. That test was great. I think we got a little bit of market luck there, right? We got a little bit of market luck. It just cooperated with our test, with our VWAP S1, really. Interestingly, both of those trades worked. The magnet to the S1, if you didn't wait and you wanted to take the VWAP, that worked beautifully as well. It went far through it. Remember, we had set up our magnet. How do I know what the setup was? Remember, you get confused. When I first designed the software and the programmer put all the buttons on, I had no idea where the trade setups were coming from. I found that so confusing. And he had actually programmed it very confusing. It's much clearer now. Now we know very clearly where the setups are coming from. All the targeting. Any trade that targets a pivot, like the VWAP or the PP, or an S1, any pivot, high of day, low of day, those trades are all controlled by our main setup in the magnet. When you look at the magnet inputs, if your trade is enabled, you won't see the inputs. And there's an enabled button. You can uncheck it and apply it, and you'll see your inputs. All the targeting trades are controlled by the top setup in the magnet software. Position size 1 is a 1. Target 1, default is -3. That means 3 ticks away from the magnet is where you exit position 1. Position 2 is the number of contracts. Target 2 is what if the magnet shoots through? That's where your second position exits. So if it's a 15, 15 ticks through the VWAP is your exit. It's very simple. All right. And then you have your stop. You can go long only, short only. We usually never mess with that. we have a million other features, and we'll get more into them during the challenge. All right. Most of them we don't use. We try to keep things as simple as possible. But that's the setup. That's how you control the magnet setup for all your targeting. Position 1 is a 1. The target 1 default is 3 ticks away from the magnet. That's what -3 means.
The most since 2020,
position
following
size
its
1 is a
results
1.
last night.
Position size 2 is a 1. If you want to trade a 2-position magnet trade, you can just put your targets in, you put your stop in. If you want to make your second target 10 ticks through the magnet, no problem. All right. And then you've got all your extra features. You can trail a magnet trade. You can do your target 1 stop move. If your first target gets hit, you can move your stop automatically. All the good stuff. All the extra features are part of the magnet software. All right. And then I already explained how you control the other buttons, where the trade setups come from your other buttons. Okay. So overall, not a bad open. I think there's no question the opens for the last 3 weeks have been harder. Keep in mind we're at the end of the summer. Volume's crappier than normal. I think that we should see a return to the mean after Labor Day. We'll still check our setups, but we won't make any dramatic changes in the week before Labor Day to any of these setups. We'll wait. We'll wait until after Labor Day, when volume gets back to normal, trading gets back to normal. So don't forget that, this is the best. This week and next week are usually good weeks to take off. The only reason next week is interesting is the first week of the month. Labor Day's late this year. All the big trades are coming next week. You got the jobs report, you got ADP, you got ISMs. There's a lot of opportunity next week. So I'm not taking next week off, but we have our challenge next week. And going forward, I think you're going to see that I'm going to make some major changes for the new year. Do you think we should let the MNQ test the low? I don't. I think it's not a great magnet because the instrument is up over 200. So it is my eval that now is positive. We were down 450 from the first YM. Now we're positive. The RTY chart is done. All right. So I'm removing my RTY setups and I'm minimizing my RTY chart. One thing everyone should know, go to new, go to NinjaScript output. Don't worry about what the text in there says. If you ever have a horrible problem with your software, the NinjaScript output records everything that the software does. In fact, I'm copying the NinjaScript output right now because I had that problem, right? Remember at 9:35, my software didn't trigger properly. So I'm copying everything that's in the output and I'm going to send it to the programmer. But I'm going to minimize this and save my workspace so that NinjaScript output is always available to me. I'm going to let it test the low because I just can't control myself. But I'm going to put that output in a file. That's how the programmer is going to figure out what he has to fix. So if you have a problem and you remember to save that output, that will help we'll send it to the programmer. But here's the good news. The new version, it automatically does it.
So keep in mind, in 10 minutes' time now,
I can easily tell you what file to
from the
send
Cleveland
us.
Fed
You don't
President
have
Hammack,
to do it
who's due to be
with
appearing
the
on
new
CNBC.
version. But you have other strategies from other companies. That's a way you could say to that company, hey, look, I captured what the software did when your software had an issue, I think. Take a look. And it makes you look real smart because you know what you're talking about. And it's true. It captures everything the strategy does. All right, folks, turning off all setups at the moment. We're going to take I'm going to take a 10-minute break. Whoops. Take a 10-minute break. Press the control button. I'm getting rid of every setup by holding down control. Right click and remove. All right. Putting my MNQ chart onto natural gas. I don't remember what contract we're on, so I just type the prefix and look down for the future. Double click it. Single click it. It puts me on the chart. Natural gas is going through insanity since yesterday. So it may be an eval trade today and not a funded account trade today. Because if you've been following the news, there's a severe, severe natural gas shortage because of the war. And you may want to be extra careful on natural gas on this trade. It may not behave normally. This is an anomaly day. Very possibly an anomaly day. All right, it's possible. Now, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm going to leave. You all don't have to go anywhere, but I'm going to leave for 10 minutes and come back for natural gas. All right? Coffee time. And I'm going to say thank you on YouTube. I'm going to close our YouTube stream. Thanks, everyone on YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow. Hit that like button. Hit the bell. Hit everything. Come to our challenge intro tomorrow. The link's in the chat on YouTube. We'll see you later.